Hi, I'm Samala. I'm here with Bronwyn, and she just did about 6 weeks of work with me for premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And she'd like to share how it was for her experience was like working with me for the 6 or 7 weeks, wasn't it? We did rapid transformational therapy. She had a beautiful recording she listened to, and then we followed up with conversational hypnotherapy. So, Bronwyn, if you'd like to share with people who might be interested in doing this for themselves, what was it like for you before you had a session? And then what was it like for you after?
Mm. So I think before the sessions, there was, I guess, because I tried so much for PMDD before, I had kind of a healthy sense of skepticism, as in kind of this was a last ditch effort to see whether I could make some progress before maybe even considering surgery, which was something that I really didn't want to do. And so there was kind of a little bit of nerves and excitement because I wasn't familiar with hypnotherapy at all, but also that just that seed of hope that it might be something that could make some inroads into PMDD. And the experience has been profound and beyond my wildest dreams in regards to progress. So when I came to see you, Samala, we talked through sadness and rage that I had leading up to my period. And I think that when you've been carrying it for so many years, you think it's primarily kind of this physiological thing that's just going on with you, and you have no control over it. And after doing sessions with you, we were able to unpack a lot of the stuff from the past, a lot of I guess narratives or self stories that you tell yourself, and thinking patterns that I never would have had access to or even realized were factoring into PMDD. And one of the themes for me was, I guess, the reason why my rage and sadness was around. There are a number of factors in that, but the number one thing was that I hadn't found my voice. And I think since having my sessions, I've found my voice, but not in a sad or an angry way. My relationships have improved, and my PMDD symptoms have now disappeared, which is so exciting, a sense of freedom and hope looking into the future. And within the sessions themselves, I guess they're hard to describe because they're different for everybody. But for me, there was a lot of symbols that came up to do with experiences or how I kind of see myself. And I think those things, as I said to you, Samala, kind of have been grounding and have helped me to kind of hold on to throughout the journey. Um, in between the recordings that I've done and listened to that you've done, but I've listened to, have just given me a sense of harmony with myself, and self-acceptance, and a sense of confidence and capacity that I've never had before. Because I think there are also some self-esteem issues that we kind of unwrapped during our sessions too. And looking forwards, I really feel like it's something that I've now left behind. And I never expected to do that. I kind of expected to go through this and, yeah, I'll try it and tick it off. And then, I'm off to surgery. And this has been a revelation. So I would totally recommend it to anybody else who is suffering from PMDD, to definitely give it a try. And I know that throughout the experience, Samala's been, you have been so open and so ready to answer questions and, to give so much of yourself. And I felt really supported. And it's a space where you can actually be vulnerable, and that is a hard thing for a lot of people, and I think you kind of create that safe space for people as well. So, oh, and the last thing, so I did mention to you, I think last time we were speaking, that I kind of like, I would have experiences in life before hypnotherapy where I knew that they were supposed to be happy and I was supposed to feel happy and with my mind, but I could never quite access that joy. And I feel like hypnotherapy is kind of peeled away layers. And every now and again, I'll just experience like a profound sense of joy that I haven't had in years, just for no other reason than just existing. And that was really wonderful too.
Yeah, that's wonderful, because we just had a beautiful conversation for about an hour, which I would have loved to have shared with everyone. And it was just so amazing, all the wisdom that was coming out of you and all the realizations that I was like, oh my God, we have to share this with everyone. It was so amazing. And that realization of, that it really does come from within, and that there's a difference between, okay, knowing that, I'm good enough, and that knowing that, everything's okay. And but actually feeling it, like feeling self-love. You can go, okay, yes, I love myself, but like knowing it and feeling it is two different things. And then you just have these spontaneous moments of like, wow, I just feel good for no reason. That doesn't have to be a reason, right? Just for being here. You don't have to do anything to be happy. And I feel like you said something about like having to do something, you felt like you were having to, do things to feel like then you could be happy, right? So it's like doing to then have, but it's the opposite way, right? So it's like feeling to then, and then, all the things just fall into place. So wonderful. I had, goosebumps the whole time that you were sharing with me, and it was just absolutely wonderful. I'm so excited for you, and looking forward to working with you in the future. So if there was anyone sitting on the fence about, working with me, what would you say to them?
Don't waste a moment, because the rest of your life is going to be profoundly different to what you've had to be coping with, and just surviving is not a place for anyone to be. And that there is beauty, there's hope, there is great things ahead for you if you go through the hypnotherapy journey.
Beautiful. And one last question. Why did you choose to work with me over, anyone else or any other modality?
I think when I was, in desperation searching, I really felt that with PMDD, I wanted a woman's perspective. I wanted a woman to be by my side in that way, because I think, when you initially think it's hormonal, you want someone who's, I guess, got that sense of womanhood. But also, I think after our first conversation, and the research that I did, hypnotherapy had the power to change things in a relatively short space of time. Like, having tried medication, having tried therapy, having tried, it can be really discouraging, because you wait so long for things to work, and then they don't, and then you have to try something else. And I felt right from meeting you the first time, I don't know, I just had a sense that this was going to take me somewhere where I hadn't been before, and that's where I needed to go to make progress.
Wonderful. Well, I'm so happy for you, and I loved working with you, and you're amazing. You inspire me to keep going. Wonderful. So I look forward to working with you in the future. Big hugs and lots of love. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.